Hey, what's up, YouTube? Bob and I were here just sitting at the house, the command center, whatever you want to call it, thinking, what could we make tonight that would just possibly blow your minds away? That's so simple, so easy to make, and so versatile to go pretty much in several different ways. Bob, we all know Bob's a vegan, of course, and for somebody that gets beat up as much as this guy and gets put through torture and pain and all that, he still totally firmly believes that we can all get away from the hatred and cruelty of murdering other animals just so we can eat. So tonight we're going to show you that we can eat without pain, right? Bob, I love your shirt, man. Check it out. Tonight we are going to make SKYLINE chili. SKYLINE chili, for those that don't really know about it, SKYLINE chili is something famous out of Ohio. If you've ever heard of Chili Mac from Steak and Shake, or SKYLINE chili is actually it's a company that makes chili. They serve it on top of either spaghetti, which is Chili Mac, or on top of what they call conies, which is their hot dog, which are disgusting with fat, with lips and intestines and buttholes and all that stuff. But you can serve it on top of a vegan coney, being a vegan hot dog that has none of that garbage in it. So anyways, let's get to it. It's time to make some chili. What's up, guys? Alright, let's get to making some of this SKYLINE chili. Basically, SKYLINE chili, like I said in the intro, it's something that's known out of Ohio or whatever, but it's kind of a chili with a twist. Kind of sweet, kind of got a lot of spices going on, kind of got a lot of this going on. But before I even get started, I kind of wanted to address something about my cooking. Alright, anybody that's worked with me in the kitchen or knows how I cook knows I'm not really good with recipes and instructions and stuff like that. So I thought about it, I was like, so why would that make my videos any different? I want you guys to be creative with the things I do. So basically look at the things I tell you how to do is just kind of like a guideline. So if you taste something and it tastes like it needs a little something extra, salt and pepper, or it's too spicy or not, I want you to be able to do what I do. And that's what I love about cooking savory food is there's no definite way. It's not baking. It doesn't have to be perfect. So if you want it a little saucy or you want a little bit extra something, do it. So I mean, look, I'm perfect. I'm just like anybody else. So I got a piece of paper right here, so I'm reading off of it so I don't forget what I'm doing. But at the same time, if on the fly something isn't the exact same as what I did, then roll with it. If it tastes good, that's all that matters, right? So anyways, that's just kind of me on my cooking style. It's very rustic, say the word. I love the word rustic because that just basically means I can do whatever I want and call it rustic. Rustic, if it looks sloppy, I'm like, oh, it's just rustic. So I play, oh, it's rustic. But I like the word just because it's just have fun with it, cook the food, and, you know, I've cooked a lot of stuff that doesn't taste good as well. I mean, the majority I like to think tastes good, but nobody's perfect, and that's why a lot of times I try these recipes first before making them to make sure they taste good, but a lot of times it might not taste good to you. So I'm a fly-by-the-night person. All these videos I make, I don't write scripts. I showed you my notepad here. If you see my eyes going over there, yeah, I'm reading some recipes. But anyways, back to the food. Because we know I love cooking food, so you should love it too. There's a reason you're watching, and I'm trying to broaden your horizons to see that we can cook stuff without the use of animal products and all that and taste amazing. You get all the protein you need, you get the vitamins you need. I mean, I'm not a small guy. I weigh about 200 pounds. I'm not fit. Like, I don't have some 5% body fat, but you know, like basically what I'm saying, I eat food, and that's what I love to do. So, back to the chili. Right here. We got 2 onions going in the saute pan. I'm gonna give those a little toss. Basically, we're gonna sweat those. Sweat them, pull out some flavors. This recipe is pretty simple, man. It's all these ingredients right here: chili powder, cayenne pepper, ground cumin, cinnamon, allspice, bay leaf, ground clove, Hershey's cocoa, this unsweetened cocoa, Worcestershire sauce, which you guys remember me making that. The recipe I was reading and looking at calls for tomato sauce in a can. I don't have any tomato sauce in a can, but you know what I do have? I got some marinara I had left over from my fettuccine the other day. Instead of using apple cider vinegar, you can kind of use whatever kind of vinegar you want. But for my kombucha I got going, I got my starter vinegar here. So I'm going to use that. Why not? Roll with it. Basically, like I said, just make good food. Anything cooked at home. I used to tell my mom, my mom and all these people that try cooking for me and stuff, and they go, oh, well, I'm not a chef, so I hope it tastes good for you. It's like the best kind of food in the world is home cooked, And basically the food that I don't have to cook myself is how I look at it. I mean, the food I cook's good, I like to think. But just the main important thing is you're cooking out, or you're not going out to eat and letting somebody else cook for it. So that way you know who's touching your food, you know what ingredients are going in your food, and there's love in your food. That's my favorite ingredient in the world. I mean, you guys saw the back of my shirt earlier on love. Love goes into everything. Love goes into my life. Love goes into the things I do. Love especially goes into my food. It's the most important ingredient. Back to the sizzle. Check it out. We got the onions sitting here chilling. Getting all oniony and the aroma, getting that aromatics. Bang. I don't like to go exactly by the book on recipes. Just make it work. Two cloves of garlic minced there. I'm gonna add that in there and get this rocking. I like to add all my seasonings when that starts cooking. Why? Because it brings all the flavors out while it's cooking. You want to start, basically when I cook, you start from the bottom up. You're building the foundation. Think of how you build a house. When you build a house, you don't start with brick. You start with the foundation, which is the bottom of it, because the bottom's what's gonna hold it all up. So I'm gonna move on from that. I'm gonna go 2 to 3 tablespoons of chili powder. So I just got a cheap chili powder here. I'm gonna go with 2. Start with 1 tablespoon. Boom. 2 tablespoons. Boom. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Like I said, we're gonna taste it. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants per se. Moving on, we're gonna go. I'm not gonna put the wet ingredients yet because I want to let this stuff cook, and then the wet ingredients will deglaze, which is basically pull out the flavors of all this. They're kind of cooking stuff down here. They're getting going. I'm gonna move on to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I got my cinnamon here. Boom. Some people had said they want to see the recipes. You know, I'm thinking I might start putting the recipes in the description thing. But at the same time, like I said, if I give you something exact, you're gonna sit there and read it verbatim. And I want you to get creative and kind of see what you think tastes good. I got some ground cumin here. It's gonna give a little smokiness to it. 1 tablespoon of that. Oh man, this stuff smells so good. So good. As I say, you can do several stuff with it. You can just eat the chili straight up. You can put it on spaghetti, which is probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil so we don't burn nothing, just to kind of keep the pan coated. A little bit is another tablespoon. All right, moving on. I'm gonna add some cocoa. Calls for about, I'm gonna put not quite 3, but close. There's 2 tablespoons, nice and heaping, and then we'll go 1/2 tablespoon. Boom. It's gonna start. That's kind of crazy, right? Chocolate in my chili, but it's good. Trust me, it is very good. Cayenne pepper. It's gonna have a real zip to it. You gotta be careful. This stuff will make you choke while it's cooking. Half a teaspoon of that. Moving on, we're gonna go to allspice and our ground clove. This is a very aromatic, very flavorful. It's gonna smell and it's gonna taste as good. 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Allspice smells really good. I'm gonna smell it. It smells delicious, right? Woo! On to cloves. If I can find it here. Cloves, boom, same thing. Smells awesome. Smells delicious. 1/4 teaspoon. And this is smelling good. And I think that should be all the dry ingredients, other than, of course, my favorite, salt and pepper. Salt, we're going to add, we'll say, what's that look like, a tablespoon? Tablespoon, we'll say tablespoon. Boom. Oh, about to spill some spices over here. Pepper, I always go heavy on the pepper. All right, now I see it's starting, that cocoa is starting to cook, getting real. See there? Almost looking black, man. It's going to be awesome. So, now that's going on, we got, I'd say, you know, some people say they use vegetable stock. This is just straight up water, 4 cups of water. I'm going to start with 2 and see how it works. 2 tablespoons. I'd say you add your grounds with all that other stuff, but there's no beef in this. This is beefless ground. So I'm not pulling any fat. There's no fat in this. There's no fat at all. I lied. A little bit unsaturated fat. What's the good fats? Unsaturated. This stuff's made with soy protein, a little bit of sugar, some color, some yeast. I might need a bigger pan for this. You know what? I do need a bigger pan, but just so happened, I got a heavy bottom pan right here. We're gonna switch this too, check it out. Remember I said we fly by the seat of our pants? That's what I do, bro. Take that. I'm gonna add another cup of water. Just because I know it's gonna cook down. I'm gonna add it to this pan so I don't lose all that delicious flavor there. And I'll probably end up adding more to it later on, but we'll see what happens. On top of all that, I got some cooked black beans here. Which these black beans, I'm actually, for dessert, I'm gonna whip up some black bean brownies and show you guys how to make that. Some gluten-free, for all you gluten freaks out there that think gluten's bad. I love gluten, but I'm gonna make some gluten-free black bean brownies anyways. Any people say black bean brownies, that sounds disgusting, just wait and see. I'm gonna add, let's see, that's a half a cup. I like beans and we need some more protein, so I'm gonna add another half a cup. See what it looks like. That's 1 cup in there. You know what? We're gonna leave it at that. 1 cup black beans. Alright, we're going on to our tomato sauce. Remember I said this is marinara because I don't have tomato sauce. This is 25 ounce, about half, what's that, 24 to 12 ounces. There's about 12 ounces of tomato sauce in there. Just gonna dump that in there. You can see this is making a lot of chili. A lot of chili. I'm gonna move it over to this burner so you can see better. I'm gonna crank it up. This burner over here. Mix it here. The tomato sauce is in there. Moving on. Worcestershire sauce. Remember the Worcestershire sauce we made? That's going in there too. Homemade, no anchovies, no fish killed in this Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, Worcestershire sauce, whatever you want. Whatever. Everybody calls it something different. We're gonna go on to here. Let's see. What do I want? 2 teaspoons of this. I got a half a teaspoon here. So I'm gonna put half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons, and 2 spoons. And let's go just a little more to make sure. So there's 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Put this aside. I said I move this over here so you can see it a little better. But it's cranked up. This thing's cooking good, man. Oh, it looks. It smells phenomenal. I ate once before I turned vegan. I went and stopped at this SKYLINE place in Ohio because everybody raved about it. It's good. Back then I would have said it was awesome, but I don't think it's awesome anymore because there's a lot of bad thing happened to make that chili when I can make this right here with none of the problems. 1 bay leaf. Throw a bay leaf in here. Always try and make sure when you're done cooking these things to fish them out. You can cut somebody's throat. Nobody wants to have a throat cut. Boom. Mix it in there, man. That stuff's looking thick. So you know what? I'm gonna add 1 more cup of water, or you can use vegetable broth if you want. I'm using water because whatever. I can, like I told you, I kind of do what I want in the kitchen. So you guys should do what you want to. Get creative. Do whatever you want. If you want to make a vegetable stock, throw some vegetables in a pot of water and cook it. Let it cook. Let it flow. I haven't added pepper yet. You guys are saying, "Whoa, what about the pepper?" You know I use a lot of pepper. You know it. For the vinegar, here's my vinegar. 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Any kind of apple cider vinegar is probably your most popular, but I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of this. Let's find my tablespoon. I've lost my tablespoon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, I didn't. I found it. 2 tablespoons of this. I got a little cocoa in there. That's not good. 2 tablespoons of my vinegar. Drink some. It's delicious. That's my kombucha vinegar. I got that from making the SKOBY starter on my kombucha. So you guys will find out more about that later. What I think I'm gonna do with this chili is I got some vegan mac and cheese I'm gonna whip up, and I think I'm gonna make the mac and cheese. Make that mac and cheese, and then pour this right over the top. So pretty much like chili, you want to just let it go, let it simmer, get it up to temp. I'm gonna taste it. Holy cow, man, there's a lot going on. That's awesome. That is absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this SKYLINE chili has got to be probably one of the best things I've made yet. I hope you're willing to try it at home, and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like when it's all thickened up, but for now I'm not going to say I'm going to let you go because I'm going to edit all this out. And I'll tell you how long I let it cook. Now it's been about 30 minutes of this sitting at a nice simmer, a little bit beyond a simmer, kind of where it's got some bubbles on the surface. Been about 30 minutes of it going now, and I think the thickness I want when I'm making SKYLINE chili, it's going to go over pasta or something like that, so it's not going to be as thick as most chilies. It's kind of a preference thing, basically like everything else, like I was saying. But I'm going to go ahead and kill the heat on this. And ladies and gentlemen, you got SKYLINE chili, or call it Drewline chili, vegan style. No animals harmed, no beef. I'm gonna set it to the back, let it cool down, and that's it for that, ladies and gentlemen. My main thing when I make soups and chilies and anything of the sort, I like the best way to have it is to let it sit overnight and then reheat it again to eat it, because it gives all the flavors time to basically marry and mend together to where they all become one. Taste it to your how you think it tastes. You know, when you reheat it the next day, if you can adjust the seasoning. That's why when it comes to recipes, it's all up for interpretation, because it's your taste and how it tastes, and a lot of things can happen overnight. So basically, when it's hot the first time when I cook it, it may not taste the same as it does tomorrow, but it's only going to get better tomorrow, and you can always doctor it up. But that's basically that's SKYLINE chili vegan style. This is me and Bob. I don't know if you can see him back in the background. There he is. Being vegan as always, me and Bob, we're signing off. Thank you guys. I love you very much. Have a great night.